かに火はあちらにある。だが同郷の者を見殺しにはできん。
是非の話ではない。よどみが湧き出た。魔物だ。
魔物。
My friends, the Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King. This was episode number 5, and I'm feeling a little bit stuck on this show. The main reason behind that is episode 5 was a totally fine and serviceable episode, but at the same time, what's the point of anything? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's certain shows that you just kind of get stuck on, where it's like, okay, I see what you are doing. I see what you're putting in front of me, right? It's obvious what you're putting in front of me. But in the same respect, it's like, okay, well, what's the point of all of this? Like, the main thing is for the princess and the Barbaric King to fall in love, right? That's the main point. That's the main takeaway of this show, is for these two opposites to fall in love. That's the main point of this show. And everything else is just kind of world building and stuff like that. So here's from my point of view. The episode starts off and Saraphina is spending time with 𝐒𝐻. Okay, 𝐒𝐻, whatever her name is. And you know, they're just sharing some banter back and forth. Then she goes to go and spar with the boys, essentially, right? She's gonna go and spar with all the barbarians, and she kicks all of their asses. And that goes from the second-hand man to this dude to a father and son duo. She kicks all their asses. So last week they had talked about, you know, the power leveling with the show's weird, and I don't want to get too stuck on it, but basically the way that it was shown was that 𝐕𝐴 is like all powerful. But then last week they referenced that if it wasn't for Saraphina's weapon, that there's a chance that 𝐕𝐴 wouldn't have won. That Saraphina is so powerful that she wouldn't have won, or he wouldn't have won necessarily. But then they're going to show moments to where Saraphina's getting overpowered, or she needs to be saved, or that 𝐕𝐴 is able to fight like these dragons to like a degree that Saraphina couldn't even imagine, right? So it's in certain moments, he's like this big powerful being, and in other moments him and Saraphina are equals. Again, I don't want to spend too much time diving into that, but they go kind of back and forth a little bit. It's like, okay, is she a damsel in distress, or is she this all-powerful like Valkyrie? You know, it's like you got to pick and choose. So they decided to go with the Valkyrie part of this. So she beats all of the people in the barbaric village, right? Like she whoops all their asses. Then we see a party from like the church, essentially, who are a little bit not all there. They're a little bit crazy. They're going and they're looking for Saraphina. They're using all their manpower to go and find her. That then leads us to 𝐕𝐴 finding out about a dragon and some dragons that have been injured and hurt, and they're like, well, this is weird, right? Because if it's anybody from our city, our country, whatever, like, we don't hunt for sport, like we hunt for purpose. So basically, long story short, we come to find out that this party was injuring dragons. They go and they try to get Saraphina back. She's like, well, you know, just come talk. Come talk. Let's go have a conversation. Then we find out about fiends, which are these things that, like, I guess out of evil and stuff that come to find. The girl from the church gets turned into like a fiend. So next week, I guess 𝐕𝐴 and Saraphina are going to go and save her from this thing. And then maybe they'll get them back to the village and have a conversation. I don't know. But I guess the purpose of this episode was kind of like world building, and to show us like a little bit of the fiends, and maybe to show more people that are going to come from the west to the east. But it was boring. It was a lot of whatever. You know, the thing I'm in this show about is like there's other shows, there's other stories, there's other light novels and manga that have done the, oh, I'm gonna go to, you know, the damsel falls in love with the barbaric guy, or like the northern general, or like the guy who's supposed to be like the killer of killers. And the way that those shows succeed, or the way that those stories and light novels and manga succeed, is mostly just focusing on the two that should never falling in love. And I just feel like they're getting away from that here. And it's like, I just want you guys just focus on Saraphina and 𝐕𝐿. I don't really need all this other fluff around it. Especially because we only have 12 episodes. You know what I mean? We have a 12 episode runtime. It's already 5 episodes in. So any focus that's not specifically on those two is just taking away from what I would say is the actual story. So with that being said, I think this episode was a 6 out of 10. Like, I don't think it was 5, because 5 is like meh. I think 6 out, it was okay. It was an okay episode. Maybe it'd be like a 5.7 or something. It was fine. Again, it was a serviceable episode, but like, what is this servicing? Didn't it service me? Did it service you? I don't know. Let me know. But 6 out of 10 is where I land on this one. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. But I feel like the things that kind of make the show unique, like the stuff that's going to pull us in, the being a little risque and stuff, I feel like we've just like, it's just, we're just not seeing any of it. And it's like, well, we're already almost halfway through. So I don't know. Anyways, that's how I feel, guys. Let me know what you guys feel in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 6. And maybe it's a little bit better. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Peace.